Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna talk about the decks I use post nerf. We lost some good companions on this nerf. We lost patches.
They ask you how you are, you just
We lost creepers, and I don't want to say bone mares, because bone mares you can use them. It's not that big of nerf. And of course we lost the Reza. I'm so happy about it. Highlanders was over the average amount of OP. It was a point where the Highlanders were. So today I'm gonna talk about the decks I saw they're good in the current meta and the decks I use. So the things I'm gonna say might be not exactly accurate, but I will say my opinion here and my opinion only. I don't use stats or anything like that. I have some decks, as you can see here. There are 6 decks I use to climb the ladder currently. Of course you can use other decks, but let's see about my CubeLock first. This is the CubeLock list I use. I will have below every list I use with the code. So this is my list for CubeLock. I use only 1 giant because I think 2 is too much, and if you don't get them in the start and you just draw them late when you won't have so many cards, that's worthless. I play with Umbra, like the Umbra combo. Some others play with Faceless Manipulator, some others with the Prince. That's fine. I play with Umbra. I don't have Siphon Soul. Okay, I use Talnus and not the Zealot. This is why I need the card. I need the card draw. And many of you, of course, you play with a Scarab, that gives you the armor. That's fine. I don't like that, so I don't play it. Because I think the deck has so much early stuff, so you don't need that. I play 1 Spellbreaker, of course, 2 cubes, Manari, and the Gul'dan. This is a pretty standard deck. Of course, there are a lot of variations of this deck. You can play in Zoth in here. You can play a lot of stuff. This is the deck I use. This is my tempo deck. I saw this from Tholomenos, I think, but he plays 2 Hydra, I play 1 Hydra, and Leroy Jenkins. It's a pretty standard deck. I used to play 2 Arcane Intellect, now I play 1. Of course you have the Aluneth. What else? And no Creepers. These things took the place of the Creepers. Yeah, this deck worked very good for me. I've done a deck showcase for it. I'm gonna have a link down below if you guys wanna watch that. Yeah, the deck is amazing. You can burst your opponent, and then they don't know you have the Jenkins, of course, but you have the Jenkins right here, boys. There is a free-to-play version of this deck if you guys want to check out. I will have a link down below. Of course, you can win without the Jenkins and the Aluneth or the Pyroblast. You have a lot of damage in this deck, guys. It is pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the Zoo here. This Zoo deck list, I took it from the Hearthstone, is currently on hot. I love the Glacial Surge in here. You can counter the Rogues, the Hunters, and pretty much everything that can hit you in the face. I've climbed several ranks in this season with this deck, and this is the deck I play currently, and of course my Hunter deck. We're gonna see it later. It goes with Keleseth, of course. You don't have the Creepers anymore. You have the Vicious Fledglings. I think in this deck list will go the Hydra 2, a hider will be cool here. And this is pretty much the change they did in this deck. Of course, you don't have the captain or the patches, and yes, this is the deck. I've done a pretty similar deck showcase. So in this video is not deck showcase. I'm just showing you guys what I currently play and what I think will make you ladder faster. And this is my gem, guys. This is my creation. Of course, someone else will choose other cards for this deck list, but I think these cards in this meta works very good. It's a secret. No, it's a I hand alone deck list, guys. You don't play minions in this list. I played 2 flares because there are a lot of out of tempo mages out there, and you should counter them. And also you have the mirrors and other hunters you should counter. And 2 flares is very good draw opportunity, and of course the counter. I've talked for this deck in my streams. I'm thinking about doing a deck showcase. You have the Rexer. Of course, you don't need the Rexer to win a game, guys. If you don't have the Rexer, go ahead, play the deck. I use the Rexer only for the aggro decks, and if I have used everything else, I use the Rexer to stay alive and then win the game. The Rexer isn't that good in the control matchups because your passive is the key to win there. Okay, guys, I've talked about this deck. I don't think I need to talk more about it. This is the deck I used to climb every day since the nerf. This deck and the ZooLock is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, guys. Let's go ahead. This is my meal KingsBane Rogue. I just made it. I think it works pretty good in this meta. If you guys aren't familiar with Rogue, don't go ahead and make it. Try something else. This deck list is pretty hard. Although when you learn how to play it, it is so profitable. Mr. Yogurt plays this deck in his streams, and go ahead and watch other streamers like Olento and guys like them. They will teach you how to play this deck. I'm not the guy that will do that. I'm not a big fan of the Rogue, but when I saw this deck list, I had to make it. So guys, I believe this deck you can climb in this current meta, but you need to know how to play it correctly. It's a hard deck. And last one, we have of course the Spiteful Summoner without Creepers or Bone Mare, of course. You can play Bone Mare in this. I've seen so many Spiteful Summoner decks. I think this deck, it has the most variations. I use this one to climb. You can play 2 Grand Activists. You can play still the Bone Mare, guys. The Bone Mare isn't that bad. You can play 2 Acolytes. I play the Gaze, that's me. I like it. You can play the Curious, 2 Curious, Glimmerit or not. I mean, this deck has a lot of variation. You can go and find the deck that suits you. This is the deck I work with. You can use my deck, or you can go ahead on Hearthstone or Tempestorm, sites like that, and find a deck that you want to try. And of course there is the OTK Priest. Trump had a really good run with it. I don't have a deck like that because I don't play a deck like that, but I can have a link down below for that too. Okay guys, that was the video for today. I hope I helped you. If I did, please subscribe to this channel and like. And of course, if you wanna guys watch me stream, you can go ahead and pop the bell for the notification, because otherwise you won't get the notifications for these streams. Thank you guys, have a great day, and boo!